Author Paula Tavares writes, women represent about 50% of the region's population but account for 41% of the labor force and earn on average 60% less than men. In Latin America, there's a clear discrepancy between men and women's equal rights, along with lower labor force representation and income. Women in Latin America are facing legal discrimination in regards to the rights that they deserve because of the small number of women that participate in politics. In 1952, women in Latin America country Bolivia were at least given the legal right to vote as part of a Bolivian social revolution, even when they weren't truly equal until 1967 because of society's specific roles given to men and women through stereotypes. The fact that women were not given the ability to vote up until almost 50 years ago compared to a century in the US allows you to see how the event affects the void between men and women's political representation in the present. As of now, Latin America has reached an all-time low in the amount of women who currently hold parliamentary seats. This demonstrates the power struggle between politics and women living in the Dominican Republic. In the article No Woman, No Growth, The Case for Increasing Women's Leadership in Latin America, written by Paula Tavares, she states the fact that only 29.3% of the parliamentarians regionally are women, with considerably lower rates in a number of countries, and this year's election marathon may not accelerate progress. As of March, Latin America has no female heads of states. Latin America is making little progress for gender equality in politics, which is leading to a power struggle between the laws being made and the women living under them. It is unrealistic for the Dominican Republic to say that they are being fair in just the way that their country is governed, when most of the people that hold positions of power are men and not women. Without perspectives from both genders on various topics, it is hard to see if the decision is by government officials benefit all types of citizens. Without equal gender representation in government-held positions, women have no say in the discriminative labor workforce laws that are affecting them directly. The laws that are being placed by politicans and prohibiting women from obtaining a labor workforce job that could be easily obtained to any man. In 1957, Spain enacted a decree that prohibited women from working jobs in mining, construction, and electricity. It was soon appealed in 1995, but influenced many Latin American countries to place the same restrictions. For example, the ILO's underground work for women conventions of 1935 and its 1919. 1934 and 1948 conventions on women's night work called on states prohibiting women employment in underground mines and night work and industrial undertaking. Similarly, in the years following the Industrial Revolution, several economies banned women from certain jobs to protect them from unsafe working conditions. Latin America continues to rely on outdated law restrictions for women's safety. They are not allowing women to perform jobs that they have trained for, regard for working conditions being unsafe for women. This ties back to the first point we made about the law female representation in political, because only males being able to make decisions, they are not binding by their gender. Latin America is not reaching an equilibrium between gender representations in politics, causing laws to be increasingly discriminative for women. The countries that are keeping these laws against women in the labor workforce must change their ways to match the rest of the world. These countries move along with the time span of the generation by accepting women as beings that are able to perform equally in labor force work as men. Taking these steps can play a huge part in improving equality in Latin America for women and men. Everyone deserves to be equal in their own skin, so why wouldn't Latin America citizens be able to feel that way?